So in the last video, we crawled a website using anti-gravity by Google. This time I'm going to show you how to use Perplexity Comet to do something similar. There is another product, OpenAI Atlas. I haven't tried that yet, but please in the comments let me know if I should. I haven't tried this with Gemini in the Chrome browser. I think it's not going to be as successful, but I can experiment with that. And then there's the Claude extension in Chrome. I haven't tried that one either, but let me know in the comments if I should. And I'm probably will be trying all these tools eventually. So let's jump to it. So actually, I'll explain it in the next video what we're doing here. Okay, so let's say you want to come up with a spreadsheet of folks in your LinkedIn feed to do XYZ. In this case, my nephew has a nonprofit where they go around, they're college kids, but they go around teaching middle school and high school kids how to build robots and compete in robot tournaments. So his nonprofit is all about encouraging um, young people to learn about robotics in a fun way. So he's looking for sponsors from different companies. And I want to help him. So instead of me going to LinkedIn and looking for folks to help him, I'm going to ask, and so I could have done this manually myself. Find folks here, put in their names, their company they work for, emails, URL, reason, and score. But instead, I'm going to ask Perplexity Comet to do it for me. When would I use Perplexity versus what I showed you before with anti-gravity? Right now, my thinking is if it's one website where you're basically scraping data, it's probably going to be quicker and more efficient to use anti-gravity. But when um, there's a chance you're going to be blocked, there's a bot detector, or there's more decision making, I would use Perplexity Comet. And you know what? Why not run both in parallel? I don't do that, and maybe I should because I think it may be confusing for a video, but it actually makes sense to do like a speed test. So yeah, I just thought of an idea. So something to think about in the future. Okay, let's do the prompting. This is where the magic happens. This is why we still need humans. So learn this part of the game because the other parts of the game have been taken over. So I have to use my creative energy to come up with the right prompt to tell the computer what to do, the agent. Okay. On the first tab is a website representing a company that is nonprofit that is helping middle school and high school students learn about robotics by tutoring and mentoring students to engage in competitions. On the second tab is my LinkedIn login. On the third tab is a spreadsheet of contact information. Your mission is to go find out what this robotics company does, and then go into my LinkedIn and search my contact, and then go into the spreadsheet and fill in the spreadsheet with the name of my contact, company the person works for, comma, any kind of contact info, including email, comma, the LinkedIn URL, comma, the reason why this person would be a good sponsor, comma, and then a score from 1 terrible sponsor to 1,000 great sponsor that you will determine how to score. Let's find 100 contacts. I don't know why they've locked down a lot of this stuff. It used to be you didn't have to click on tabs individually. That's so weird. So it used to be the assistant would work across tabs, but they've disabled that ability. I'm pretty disappointed at them. I might have to just try um, OpenAI Atlas. Anyways, Here's my nephew's nonprofit robotics company. And then you can go to LinkedIn afterwards here. It did. Let's take a look. So the scoring methodology, direct robotics industry professionals. It's interesting. So, the scoring system, I was watching it. It was not perfect, but you could see without me giving it direction other than I just generally said one is terrible, sponsor, and 1,000 would be great. That was the only piece of the algorithm I gave it. I should have been more specific on what to look for and kind of how to grade that score. So that's some feedback for myself. And then I would say the other thing I noticed, well, yeah, actually, another reason why I picked Comet to do this project versus the other one was because I was afraid that LinkedIn was going to block the crawler from anti-gravity, but I just had a feeling it would work better with Comet. So that's another reason why you would want to use something like. Let's a quick look. I did notice. Yeah, you see there was an empty one here. It's not going to be the best, but you could see where it's going. So it's 99. It's unfortunate. But you could see how you can use it yourself and how you could actually start using this. It had some repeats too. That's interesting. But I do like this reason column I gave, and it's giving me more thoughts on how I can do this in the future. But it basically kind of picked the title and the type of company, which is not terrible metrics to go by in terms of whether they would sponsor or not. And you can see it kind of bubbled up pretty much all my robotics contacts. Or else, this is actually not a terrible, as I'm kind of scrolling through. It's like robotics contacts, big companies that actually do donation, and then kind of checking their title to see how senior they are. It's quite interesting. You can see where we can take this. So yeah, that is Perplexity Comet helping me create a contact spreadsheet.